From Tokyo, my dear friends. This is Daisuke, and I very much hope that this video finds you well and in very good spirits wherever you are in the world. And we are continuing on with my favorites from the Criterion collection from 2022. This time, I'd like to focus this video on my favorite extra bits of physical media goodness. Now, this is my way to try to celebrate those little details of the physical media release. It could be a little extra thing that is included on the side, or maybe it's a little detail of the booklet or cover art, or something about the physical media component, the little physical media extras that, for lack of a better phrase, I will describe as the physical media extras that are part of the overall physical media experience. We had a number of these, what I call physical media extras from Criterion Collection releases this year. So let me provide my favorite, top 5 favorite list of these so-called physical media extras. And so first up, I'd like to focus on my number 5 favorite physical media extra, and it is with regard to this film, which is designated by Criterion at spine number 1116. And the film is The Flight of the Phoenix. Now, this was a great release from Criterion. If you haven't seen this film yet, I strongly urge you to do so. This is a very entertaining, very thoroughly entertaining work. And it's great to have it in the Criterion Collection physical media catalog. Now, in terms of the extra physical media goodie that we have, of course, we have the disc and we have the insert. And if you take the insert out, what we also have is this sort of pop out art or punch out artwork. And so you can punch this. I haven't punched it out yet, but you can punch it out. And what you can do is put together this cardboard paper and assemble it and create your own airplane of the Phoenix. And so that is a very cool thing. And indeed, if you know the film, you might find some, say, thematic similarity in terms of putting the ship together in terms of part of the plot. And indeed, you can, in your own spare time, if you so choose, you can take this punch out cardboard and punch out the various pieces and assemble them, put together your own Phoenix. And so I like that little detail, as well as just having, again, another wonderful bit of paraphernalia extra in the Criterion Collection physical media catalog. So that's my number 5 favorite extra physical media goodness paraphernalia, and that is for The Flight of the Phoenix. Number 4, in terms of my favorite extra physical media bit of extra paraphernalia here, and this is for the film which is designated by Criterion at spine number 1108, and it is for this film, which is The Celebration. And I point your attention to the insert that is part of this release. This is a very cool cover art design, and part of the design is the insert, how it integrates into the design work itself. But also there's a great joy of the insert because not only do we have some discussion of the film, but we have this layout, which is it's a facsimile or recreation of the Dogma 95 principles. And so we have in this way, and also we have this opening here, the vow of chastity, as it were, which is part of the front cover and then the back cover. I'm sorry, the front cover, back cover, and the inner part of the front cover, and then the inner part, which also is extended to the back, these red pages, as it were. So this is a very cool bit of paraphernalia because it is a reminder of the way in which the philosophy of Dogma 95 was essentially announced to the world, and also the way in which the red papering was used, as well as the printing out of the principles themselves. So I consider this to be, again, a very, very important part of how I experience this film, and the way in which the film gives me that viewpoint. Again, Dogma 95 being a very much integral component in terms of my viewing of this. So I like that extra bit of physical media, extra paraphernalia embodied in this, the red insert for the work, or for the release, which is the celebration. My number 3 favorite extra paraphernalia aspect of the physical media experience is for the film, which is designated by Criterion at spine number 1138. And the film is Daddy Longlegs. Now, this was a really brilliant Criterion release. It was wonderful to be able to explore this work from the Safdie brothers through this release. Now, part of the fun and joy of the physical media experience with this work is the insert, and I love this because the insert is in this this type of memorandum paper. So let me just put this back here on the stand. Let me visit this here. So I've discussed this before. It's on this memorandum type of paper, which is stapled here, and it's meant to suggest it's this evaluation of parenting skills, and also the essay is in the form of this this type of legal law firm drafted type of memoranda or brief. And so you have this type of format used and the typeface used. And this is so cool because, again, part of the plot and part of the experience of Daddy Longlegs is this idea of legal briefs and memoranda of sorts, so in a manner of speaking. And so you get the essay, and you get the experience, and you get the learning about the film in the context of this very cool design. This is a really, really cool design. It's unique, and it's simple, and it's also very emblematic of certain aspects of the film itself. And it's very clever and very witty. And also it's informative too, because you have the embodiment of certain writings within this as well. So this is so cool. Another great bit of paraphernalia, physical media extra from the Criterion Collection. My number 3 favorite. Number 2 favorite bit of paraphernalia extra goodie, physical media goodie from a Criterion Collection release from 2022 is for a film which is designated spine number 1120. And the film is The Girl Can't Help It. Frank Tashlin, The Girl Can't Help It. What a great, great release this is. And one of the reasons is this paraphernalia extra, this physical media extra, which I will now introduce. So you open up the casing right here, and you get the booklet. You can get the booklet here, and I've taken out. You have the insert, the fold-out insert here, which is often the case with a number of Criterion releases. But in addition to that, you have this, which is a type of facsimile recreation, How to Create Cartoons by Frank Tashlin. Oh, this is so, so cool indeed. I love the inclusion of this because, again, it's a celebration of Frank Tashlin. It's a reminder of the animator aspect and the drawing aspect and the artistic aspect. And you get also all of these great depictions and this is so cool indeed. And it's, again, another way to celebrate the legacy of Frank Tashlin as well as celebrate the legacy of The Girl Can't Help It. So a wonderful inclusion, a great idea, very witty, very clever, and very respectful of the history, as well as a great detail in terms of the life and times and career of Frank Tashlin, as well as a reminder of the great work The Girl Can't Help It, and all the complexities there. What a great inclusion. My number 2 favorite bit of extra paraphernalia from the Criterion Collection. This to my number 1 favorite little goodie, little extra, little treat, little paraphernalia, a little bit of physical media memorabilia, as it were, from the Criterion Collection from this year, 2022. And it's associated with the film, which has been released by Criterion at spine number 1131. And the film is, ta-da, Pink Flamingos. Now, there's so much to say about the packaging and design. It's got this slip cover design, and you remove the slip cover and you see what lies underneath. Very interesting selection indeed. But when you open it up, you have, voila, you have this to welcome you. Now, we have, let me take this out, we have this great looking booklet, which is part of the fun of this, which is this replica or this recreation or facsimile of Midnight. And so for those of you who know the film, you might recognize this. And I love the use of this and the application, and the feel of the paper too. It has that a tabloid feel, paper feel to which I love. And then that's not all, because then you have this, which is Pink Flamingo barf bag. And so it is an actual white bag. You can actually open it here. I haven't used it, so I want to preserve it in terms of the physical media collectability of an item like Pink Flamingos. But we have these items that are to welcome us when we get this item from the Criterion collection. This is very, very cool. Now, I must say that this is a replica of something. This aspect is replica. That's something that can be said to be part of the world of Pink Flamingos, and we're getting it in the flesh, as it were. And then we have this, which is a reminder perhaps of, say, the impact of Pink Flamingos, or the content of Pink Flamingos, or the overall, say, maybe fun or entertainment aspect of Pink Flamingos. Again, it's your choice how you view this, but I think it's so clever, it's so cool. And it's I've mentioned it before, but I've seen I've seen actually one other release in my Blu-ray collecting life of a Blu-ray that has also had together with it a barf bag. And so this is the second, but it's always interesting to see barf bags included in a Blu-ray that I purchased. So, and this happens to be one of them. And so I'm very, very, I was very, very entertained by this particular choice. When I first saw it, when I opened it up, I first saw it, I was laughing quite uncontrollably. And I think that's also a reflection of how I feel about the film in many respects. So it was a very clever choice indeed. Very, very clever indeed. And that's for this work, which is Pink Flamingos. All right, that's my number one favorite little paraphernalia, physical media goodie extra. This was a new category of my favorites, new category I tried out this year, I think. And so I don't think I've spoken about that in this context before. So in any event, thank you very much for watching. And we will continue on with more Criterion favorites lists in the next videos. But until then, my dear friends, please let me know how you feel about your own favorites, little physical media goodies, extras, paraphernalia, memorabilia, etc. Let me know in the comment section below. But if I will look forward to seeing you at the next video. And until then, my dear friends, thank you and cheers.